if you think you like to do this, you like lacrosse, and you want to get better at it, if the next time you pick up your stick is the next event, meaning practice, game, camp, then you're going to fall behind. All right? The key now is practice. Our hope is that when you come to camp, you get one of three things out of it. Number one, you had fun. Number two, you learned something. Three, you got better. Now, it's hard to know if you got better, but I like to think if you learned something, you got better. But if you don't put the ball on the wall, or if you don't go out somewhere and shoot and use your non-dominant hand, and for the righties, you go out there and you don't shoot 100 balls lefty, a couple of times a week, your lefty will not get better. It's not just going to happen. And the more time you put in with that, the more fun you're going to have. The better you can pass and catch, the more fun you have. Everybody here can have great stick skills. There's absolutely no excuse. Now, I'm not saying everybody here is going to be the fastest guy, the strongest, the toughest, any of those things. But everybody here can have great stick skills. That's time. All right, there's a book out. It's called Outliers. It's written by a man named Malcolm Gladwell. And he says that anybody who gets to the peak of their professions puts in 10,000 hours of work, they figure, according to their research. So the great pianists who make it to Lincoln Center in New York City, they figure practice for at least 10,000 hours. The great ballerinas have put in 10,000 hours, right? The great musicians on the guitar, piano, have put in 10,000 hours. That's up to you. Now, at camp, you learned something that's going to help carry over to something else, then that's great too. We tell guys all the time now a whole bunch of things when they leave camp. Number one, when you leave here, be an athlete all year round. All right? Be a football player, soccer player, cross country, wrestler, basketball, swim, whatever you like doing. Don't be a lacrosse guy all year round. Why? A couple of reasons. You got one time to be in middle school, you got one time to be in high school. Experience everything that the high school has to offer. If you like to write, be a writer. If you like school government, get involved in school government. Yesterday, for the older guys, or 2 days ago, you heard Lieutenant Colonel Trivis. If you're going to be a man of character and a man of consequence, it's time for you to start growing up a little bit and not worrying about what other people are going to think. So if you think that student government is something that you want to be involved in, get involved. You'll be surprised how many people will start to follow you. Remember, we talked about standing for something. If you're a man of high integrity and values, people want to be around guys like that. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool, man. Maybe I'll try that. Right? But this is your time now. Your parents here on the outside, they're kind of, want to get you to certain spots. They had their time. It's over. They don't want to hear that, but they had their high school time. And they can learn from it, and they can show you some things. But this is your time to do these things. For us, recruiting-wise, any of the Duke guys that you meet, none of them. I don't think we've had one guy play for us at Duke who was a one-sport athlete. Majority of them are three-sport athletes. I'm going to say 60 to 70%, 50 to 60% are three-sport. Another maybe 30% are at least two-sport athletes. It could be great, but that's where you're at. All you guys have that choice now. So as you move forward, as you guys leave here, we hope that we got you some things to think about. We hope that you learned some new skills. Hope you made some friends. Hope you had fun. But as you go forward, don't just leave it here. Don't leave the stuff that you learned here. Bring it with you forward. For those of the guys who'd like to come back, obviously we'd love to have you back next year. It would be awesome. For those of the guys who move on to other places, man, we wish you the best of luck. All right, so on behalf of the staff, on behalf of our coaching staff, our players, we want to thank everybody. Just in general, I want your parents to hear this. Your behavior was exemplary, was absolutely awesome. And that doesn't happen quite often. 285 young men, guys your age, and there's bound to be some guys screwing around, and guys didn't. And that means that's really a tribute to your parents, but it's also really a tribute to you guys, how you handled yourselves and how you impressed everybody here, from the people in the dining hall, to the people in the residence halls, to the coaching staff, and to us. So we want to thank you for that, because you guys really were great. All right, Coach Caputo? That's it, man. Have a great summer. Peace. I'm out.
Yeah,